The Portland real estate market is back in full swing. Hey, Lily with Living Room Realty in Portland, Oregon, here to give you a real estate market update for the month of February 2023. So as I just said we are seeing the Portland, Oregon real estate market come back. So if you've been following things at all, you will know that our real estate market saw a huge hibernation, both from buyers and sellers. So you may also know that historically, the real estate market here and pretty much anywhere that gets a real winter does tend to slow down in the winter months. The holidays come, that's kind of one of the biggest factors. And then also just with the weather, people aren't really excited to go out and look at properties or sell their home as much as they will be in the typical spring to summer seasons. But this year was way more drastic. And you probably also know that is due to inflation and higher interest rates. So if you at all see the price of eggs out there, you'll know inflation has been a huge issue, which has also led to the Fed raising interest rates. When that happened, it just paused the market so extremely. I mean, for home buyers, it was also a lot to wrap their head around when you go from the artificially low interest rates we had for a few years there of 2.53% to then shooting up at the high of 7%. It was quite extreme and a lot for people to think of. And frankly, I'm someone who works with a lot of first-time home buyers. For a lot of my clients, it meant them no longer being able to afford a home or having to really reconfigure what buying a home will look like for them. So it created this very different market very quickly. For sellers, a lot of sellers also pulled back from listing their home because they knew there were going to be less buyers out there for their property and therefore they were going to get less money. So that was probably the last, I'd say 5 or 6 months that we've been dealing with. More extreme, obviously, as we headed into the winter and as rates kept rising. But now that we are in February, things have changed. So if you saw my market update from last month, you will know that in January, we saw a very sharp shift in the market. Come January, we saw mortgage applications double, which was really exemplary of what we saw in the coming weeks, where we just saw buyers come right back in. And this was really exciting. It also seems to finally, hopefully getting, the sellers in the knowledge. We'll talk about the numbers here in a second, but as I think the buyers are coming in quicker into the market, but sellers are starting to also get word and thinking now, okay, it's comfortable again to get out there and maybe list my house, which is really exciting. So let's actually just get right into the numbers because that's gonna show in this first one. So new listings to the market went up by 80%. Now, it was from a very low number, so it's easy to go up by that much, but still quite significant that we saw that large of a jump. Honestly, when I first saw that, I was like, is that real? I'm not a huge math person, but I was like, wait, does that make sense? Okay, yes, it does when you think about it. But we went up from close to 1,000 homes up to 1,900 properties. So this huge jump where finally a good deal more people decided, okay, I can sell my house, which is really, really exciting, especially exciting for home buyers out there that want to be in a property again. Pending sales also increased quite significantly by 46% with 1,700 homes going under contract. So again, that kind of shows that really big rise of buyers saying, hey, I get it, these interest rates suck, but if I can afford a home right now, it doesn't look like interest rates are going to be improving immensely anytime soon. We can talk about that a little bit more too. There is some talk about interest rates improving, but also there's, whatever. That'll be another topic. But buyers are realizing that they're not going to be going down, for sure not back down to 3% anytime soon from what we estimate. So they are coming back into the market, again, if they can actually afford buying a home in this market. And then sold homes actually did see a decrease. I think this is just due, sold homes takes about 30 days for the average property to sell. So typically, if a month prior there were very, very few homes on the market, you're going to still have a decrease in what homes sold. So it'll be interesting to see the numbers from February next month to see if we see sold homes shoot up a lot. But right now it sits at about 1,000 homes, a little above 1,000 homes that sold in January. Inventory of homes also rose. So seeing that we had all those new listings come to the market, some of those got absorbed, but we did see inventory go up to 2.7. It'd be really, really cool if we saw it go up to 3%, but with how active buyers have been in the market, I'm not sure if we will. but kind of cool to see that we're still on the rise if you are on the buyer side there. Average sales price went down just a tiny bit to 609, I believe, from 610. So again, sales price is something I like to talk about a lot because it's a really big indicator of where the market actually is. You can hear all these things on the news of if there's going to be a recession, is there going to be a market crash, what's going to happen to home prices. I know I have clients, again, people that maybe got bought or that got priced out of the market a year ago that I'll talk with, and they're like really hoping, like, is this going to have downward pressure on prices? It has, but very, very minimally. I think when I first started, when we first started seeing prices go slightly down, it was from like 616. I'd have to check on that, but I'm truly just using my memory right now, to now 609. So a few $1,000s is still a good amount of money, but in the grand scheme of things, isn't that much when you look compared to like very attention grabbing headlines that we sometimes see. So on the whole, prices are still staying very stable. And so then good way to go, let's talk about where we see the market going. So, for home buyers first, I'll talk with you. I think the market right now is going to be all about timing. Now, I always say I never want to come off like I'm fear mongering or being like pressuring you anyway to act sooner than you feel comfortable doing. So come talk with me if you have plans where you're like, I have a client right now who's like, hey, we're getting married in a few months. We really don't want to buy anytime before then. I'm like, cool, we'll figure that out. We'll buy after then, but let's just talk about the reality of the market. So what I'll say though, I do think timing is going to be your friend. If there are houses available right now that can meet your needs, I do think it would be a good idea to talk with a loan officer, really come up with an idea of what your comfortable budget is going to be, what a good monthly payment could be, and maybe act on those homes. Again, if it's affordable and there's actually stuff out there that you like, because if interest rates go down, which we do estimate they should go down some, that is going to drive prices up and drive competition up because everybody else that's waiting on the sidelines is also going to re-enter the market. And that's what we are predicting for this spring because, as I said, we're already seeing a lot of buyers getting fed up with waiting and deciding, I was about to curse, I always almost curse, but it's YouTube, trying to be good. They are saying, F it, I want to re-enter the market and find my home because, as most people know, property is a great investment and you never want to feel like you're maybe going to miss your chance. So we predict a very, very busy spring. So it's great to come and talk with us about your strategy because, again, it's going to also depend, I always say, on your price point, type of home you're going to buy, which area you're going to buy in. So come chat with me and we can talk strategy. And then for you home sellers, you probably were listening into everything I just said there. And same thing is going to apply to you that, really it's going to come down to the area, price point, all of that you're selling in. It's going to be way more particular right now than ever before of how your house is going to perform on the market. But as I just said, buyers are re-entering the market and they really, really, really want to buy your home. We have very few homes on the market right now for the demand for properties. Well, yes, interest rates have been high and a lot of buyers fell back and stopped their home purchase. Now they're coming back and they really, really freaking want your house. So it's a good time to list your property. I think kind of same advice applies to you in a lot of ways, that I think the earlier you can list your home, the better, because I think a lot of other, sellers are going to get wind that buyers are re-entering the market and come here in spring. You're going to have a lot of other listings in your neighborhood go on the market, which is your competition. So the earlier you can get on, the better in a lot of ways. But again, it depends, also for you, if you're like, hey, I really can't fathom listing my house right now. Also, I think it's going to be a really good market for you if you sell in a few months as well. It just kind of comes down to strategy and style of home, all of that. So come to me, we can talk about it for you as well. I do think for sellers, it's still going to be extremely important, even if the market does get better for you, that you prep your home properly. And so I would be happy to chat with you about that. All right, I hope you found this helpful, and my contact information is below if you have any other further questions or if you want to talk about your home selling or home buying strategy for 2023 or beyond. I am here for you, and it's never too early to talk with a realtor. All right, have a good rest of your day. Thanks, bye.